Okay,
right?
I won't take any offense at that. I also think you're a nice guy, but I'm getting sick and tired of you too. All right.
Court kicks off with quick adjournments and unpaid balances already stacking up. Julie Sharp's payment clears 1 month but leaves more due, setting the tone. Partial relief, lingering pressure. Multiple tenants now face the same question: pay or risk losing everything? Subscribe now for intense courtroom breakdowns and real legal drama unfolding live.
Julie Sharp, not checked in. You've been sworn. You may proceed.
Your Honor, Ms. Sharp did make a payment. I think we just need verification that it's cleared, so we could adjourn this 1 week.
All right. Adjourn this matter to March 13th, 2026 at 12 noon.
Thank you. And Your Honor, just so the court's aware, that payment would have cleared her through February. March does remain unpaid, so
Gotcha. Okay. Court calls case of Silo Farms versus Marcel Doss Jr. and Justice Richter.
I'm here.
Hello. All right. Marcel's here, correct?
Yes, sir.
Got it. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
with costs, Your Honor, $4,867.58.
Said 4,800.
67.58.
And how are you folks going to get this paid?
So we had filed a SER and we were waiting on that, but we were also waiting on our tax return to come in, and we were just going to pay the balance in full because we don't plan on renewing our lease. Well, we didn't get a thing to renew our lease anyway, but we weren't going to renew the lease to stay here anymore anyway. So we just wanted to pay, get a little time to, find where we're going to move next and pay the balance in full this month.
Okay.
But we were waiting on the SER.
How many people are in your unit?
6.
Okay.
Yeah, 6.
There are six people in your unit?
Yep.
Okay. So
No,
if
eight,
the SER comes
eight.
Eight?
I wasn't counting the 2 adults, me and Justice.
Okay. So I think they only go up to 6 or well, anyway, that could net you at least probably about 1,000, a little over 1,000 if the SCR comes through.
Yeah.
All right. So, sir, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week to the 13th, 2026 at 12 noon.
Okay.
And what I'm going to suggest is that you may want to contact counsel to see what you can work out regarding how to resolve this thing. The other thing is that in your rental, in the packet, there was a rental assistance form.
Mm-hmm.
You'll need to fill that out and supply that with the tracking number for your SCR. You need to file that with the court by Wednesday.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of Silo Farms versus Eddie Edens. Oh, Eddie Edens and is it Trey Hickenbottom? Oh, there they are. All right. Well, I got Hickenbottom twice, but I don't know what that's about. Okay. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $3,662.06. They just made a payment of $2,000, so that balance takes into account that payment.
So the 2,000's come off. It was 5,000.
Yep, sorry, it was 5,000
Okay.
this morning. Patty updated me as to a $2,000 payment. So $36,62.06.
Got it. All right, gentlemen, how are you going to get this taken care of?
I have a meeting with my financial advisor, so I'm going to pull money out of my 401k, and I'll get it paid next week. Well, within the next 2 weeks. my end.
Okay, you said next week, next 2
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah.
Yes. I have a meeting with my financial advisor next Wednesday, this coming up Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, and even if you then start that process, it's going to take maybe 10 days to get it out, right?
Yeah.
Any objection to 2 weeks, or you want 1 week adjournment, Ms. Dornbush?
Patty, any objection to 2 weeks?
No, I have no objection to that.
All right. So I'll adjourn this to March 20th, 2026 at 1 p.m.
All right.
And Your Honor,
All right.
before these
And
gentlemen
that-
sign off, Mr. Hickenbottom is signed in, and the spelling of his name is Trae on his Zoom. We have it as TRA. Is TRAE the correct spelling?
I think it's
Yes,
Trey.
ma'am.
Yeah,
It's
there's an E
TRAE.
on it.
Your Honor, we would just request to have that corrected, both as far as the court
Yes.
records and any additional pleadings.
Defendants to the name to TRAE. Got it. Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
take care of that. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of Scio Farms versus Kyle Kroll. You got him?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, if you got a camera, I need you to turn that on. And what
It
is the
doesn't
claim in this? What is the claim in this case?
$3,187.16.
All right. Mr. Kroll, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I could pay $1,500 today and the rest of it on the 1st of next month.
Okay, so you're gonna pay $1,500 by today, some point, right?
Within the next hour or two, yes.
Okay, so you're gonna pay that today, and then you gotta work out something regarding the balance. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adjourn this out to March 13th, 2026 at 12 noon. That's an in-person hearing. I'm gonna suggest that you make that payment and then contact plaintiff's counsel's office and see what you can work out to get this done.
Okay.
All right? Thank you,
You said
sir.
March 13th at 2.
Pardon?
You said March 13th at 12.
Yes, March 13th at 12.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Scio Farms versus Graceland Morrison, or Morrison. And Jeremy Hughes.
That's us.
Okay, there they are. All right, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, my client reported that they made a payment of $150, but there was a question as to whether or not it had cleared on the ledger yet. Patty, were you able to verify that?
Yes.
Okay, so Your Honor, let me just do some math. 3145.24 minus 150. All right, we've got them at $29.95 and 24 cents.
I made a payment on the 4th of $1,500. I have the check number that I paid to Ohio Farm if you'd like that.
Was that a personal check or a certified check?
Certified check. So it was a cashier's check that we paid in through them. So when I'm looking at my portal right now, my balance is $1756.24. And
Is how much?
it's $1756 and 24 cents.
Okay.
This moment turns intense as payments clash with records. $1,500 paid, but balance is still disputed. Then comes a curveball, a baby due any day. The judge shows compassion, granting 2 weeks despite objections. Real life meets legal deadlines here. Would you prioritize family or finances in this high-pressure situation? Tough call.
Your Honor, we can verify that payment. I mean, the $1,500 payment didn't cure it, and so if we adjourn it, we can look into that payment. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right,
What's
so
going
if
on
you
with
guys paid that, when would you, I'll adjourn it out a week, but what's your plan for paying off the rest of the balance?
I'm waiting for my taxes to hit. I'm supposed to be getting around $1,500, and then he's working full time, so that'll come in the next 2 weeks, and so we'll be able to pay that. My only thing is that I am requesting that we have this go out 2 weeks because my first daughter is due next week, a week from today. So I am
Hold it.
I'm expecting to be in the hospital at any time. So I could be popping this baby out today or next week or so.
You probably should have led with that. But okay, so so you're due next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is your first.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's why are you saying yup?
No, that's my first.
You know what? Okay. I'm not dealing with you.
I know, right?
I'm talking to her. All right. He's acting like he's got something to do with this.
I know. Yeah.
Right. See, I got it. Okay. I'm gonna put it out 2 weeks. That may be over the objection of plaintiff, but
No objection, Your Honor.
March 20th, 2026 at 1 p.m. And what I would suggest you do is once they do that other check, maybe you can call the plaintiff's attorney's office, see if you guys can work something out.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And ma'am, if we don't see you, congratulations to you.
Thank
Okay. And I'm sure everything will go well. You'll be in our thoughts. All right.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your day.
All right. And you fella, not so much.
That's
Okay.
right.
I'm just letting you know
Everything,
I'm letting you know how I feel. Okay.
Appreciate it. Have a
Take
good day.
care.
You as well.
And is that it for Silo Farms? It is. That's it for Patty. She actually talked on the record today. She didn't just
Yes, I
take
did.
care, Patty.
Yeah, you too.
All righty. LSG Spice Tree Apartments versus Stephen Kozlow and Raven Weiss. Kozlow or Weiss? They are not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is an action for termination of tenancy based on violations of the lease agreement, Your Honor. This was brought under the threat statute. In fact, Your Honor, on January 29th, Stephen Kozlow engaged in threatening and intimidating behavior by making a verbal threat to cause physical harm to the assistant property manager of the complex. Police report was filed, and that's under 26-118. Based on those facts and defendant's failure to appear, we would request entry of a default possession only judgment. I don't know if we requested an immediate writ in this case, Your Honor. It does
I don't.
not look like we did, and so
Yeah.
for that reason, we'll request the statutory 10-day period, but we would ask if the court would indulge in including language that the defendant, Mr. Kozlow specifically, is not to enter the management office.
All right. Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession. Redemption amount, or there is no redemption amount, with a writ to issue in 10 days. I will include, and you can include under paragraph 10 of the judgment, that the defendant is not to enter the management office.
Thank you.
Spice Tree Apartments versus Cameron Edge. Cameron Edge, they are not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $3,302.34. Cost of $169 for a total due of $3,471.34.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, with a writ to issue in 10 days. Spice Tree Apartments versus Leah Graham. Leah Graham or Tamar Reno. You don't have either present. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. $3,034.26 for rent to retain. Costs are $182 for a total due of $3,216.26.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Spice Tree Apartments versus Brian Meeks. I think he was here. And Brian Meeks and
Yeah.
All right. Meeks. Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. What is the claim?
With cost, Your Honor, $3,401.91.
All right, Mr. Meeks, how are you gonna get that paid, sir?
I'm sorry, I thought it was 3301. I mean, not to be nitpicky, but that's
It's a late fee.
again, okay, because it's in the system, even in their system this morning, it even showed 3301.
Yeah,
But,
I think the
okay.
late fee comes due today. It may not have been added on to the ledger yet, but my understanding is that the late fee comes due today.
Gotcha. Okay. I just paid 1,400 this morning, and on the 23rd, I'll be able to pay the remaining balance.
Okay, so 1,400 you paid today,
Yes,
and so you say you'll have the balance by the 23rd?
correct.
Your Honor, if Mr. Meeks is agreeable, I wouldn't have an objection to entering into a consent agreement today for that. If he pays on the 23rd, that would resolve this matter. And then
He doesn't
I
have to
don't
come
have
back.
record of the 1,400, but I would indicate that in paragraph 10, on verification of that and clearance of that, that it would apply towards the 340191 in line 2D.
Mr. Meeks, you want
Here's a familiar face with a familiar problem. Repeat appearances despite promises to stay away. The judge keeps it cordial, but clearly frustrated, pointing out the pattern. A consent agreement offers resolution, but only if payments actually happen this time. Will this finally be the last visit, or just another cycle repeating?
Mr. Meeks, you want to do that?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so you understand that you have a right to be represented by counsel. You don't have to enter into this judgment. You've been through the process before, so you know how it kind of works, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I would be entering a judgment for the plaintiff finding no tribal issue for the 340191. And that's with a writ to issue on,
You said the 23rd, that's a Monday, Your Honor.
right. So writ will issue the 23rd. That way you
Okay.
don't have to come back. You'll get it paid off. Seems you always do. And we'll get it through. All right,
And I won't be
sir?
back. I will not be
Yes.
back. Your
Well,
Honor.
see, you keep telling me you won't be back. You'll be back. You just show
Well,
up.
I'll tell you this. I'll share this, and also forgive me because when the young lady mentioned that she was an Ohio State grad, I'm a Michigan grad. I typed "who" in the chat all day. Just saying. I had to, but Your Honor, I just want to thank you for being so patient and everything. You're a very nice gentleman, but I don't want to see you in this fashion.
Okay,
Right?
I won't take any offense at that. I also think you're a nice guy, but I'm getting sick and tired of you too. All right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care, Mr. Meeks.
You as well.
Spice Tree Apartments versus Jenna Stribley.
Oh, Your Honor, I'm so
And-
sorry. I'm so sorry to jump back, but with respect to the other matter, there was a second defendant. I don't know if Your Honor wants to put proofs on for the second defendant as far as a default goes. Or just
yes.
indicate it.
I will take what you stated as proofs, enter against the second defendant by default.
Thank you, Your
Okay,
Honor. My apologies. I meant to touch on that.
No,
Got distracted.
I didn't catch it either. So I don't think she's been involved in the proceedings. So Spice Tree versus Jenna Stribley and Nathan O'Neill. She's here, Miss Stribley.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I think I'm good. All right. What is plaintiff's claim?
With costs, Your Honor, $2,761.68.
All right. Ma'am, how are you guys going to get this paid?
I made a payment this morning of $1,000, and I plan to make another payment later today once I go to the bank of $400. And then I'm just waiting on my tax return, and then I can pay the excuse me, the remaining balance.
Okay. So, and you don't know when your tax return is coming back, do you?
It's been accepted. I just don't know when I will receive the refund.
Got it. Why don't we Do you see the $1,000 payment, Ms. Dornbush, or no?
I don't, Your Honor. The ledger that I have is from a couple days ago, so.
Got it. All right, what I'm inclined to do is she's waiting on a tax return and I'm gonna trust that she made the payments. Without objection, I just gonna put it out 2 weeks, let her see if she can get it caught up. All right, ma'am? So what I'm gonna do is, because you said you're gonna pay an additional 400 later
Yes.
today. Okay. All right, so I'll adjourn this out to the 20th, 2026 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. If it's not paid by that point, then you'll need to appear at the court. What I'm going to suggest that you also do is, after you make those payments, contact plaintiff's office, see if you can work something out regarding an agreement or a conditional dismissal on this. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Whitaker Oaks versus Tamika Bayless. Tamika Bayless, not present. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is rent to retain of $3,734.02. Costs are $202 for a total due of $3,936.02. And we'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Whitaker Oaks versus Megan Tunberg. Not here. Tunberg, not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is rent to retain of $1,729.06. Cost of $202 for a total due of $1,931.06.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested, writ issue in 10 days. I think that's all I have for you.
I would agree. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
All right, you do the same.
Thank you.
And you really are my number one now that she's gone.
As court wraps, the pattern is undeniable. Show up and get time, miss court and lose by default. Payment plans, adjournments, and second chances dominate, but consequences remain real. The judge balances patience with firm rulings. Like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful courtroom breakdowns and real-life legal battles you won't forget.